Welcome. The final match of the week on the sportiest stream. How are you all doing? It's great to see all of you here. We're back again one more time this week with another matchup. Let's take a quick look at our schedule, though, and see what we've seen today. Only been 2 matches on the stream, but they were quite interesting. We started with Intelligent Striker Exile. Striker Exile with an upset victory there over Intelligence to get themselves into a good chance for the playoffs. And while Skyward Series is nearing to the end of its regular season, another league has just started. It's the Amateur Gaming League. Back on the stream again. Amateur Gaming League C1, C2 division. Valhalla, DeathWish. Milky Militia, Scarlet. How's everybody doing again? Welcome in. Thank you all so much for being supportive. And we got a match for you today. It'll be a good one. It'll be, again, Valhalla, DeathWish. Milky Militia, Scarlet. We've seen these teams play before. We've seen one of these teams play before in Valhalla DeathWish. We've seen them actually before in the Skyward series. A lot of teams are in the Skyward series. Milk and Militia is also in that same division as they are in. Sorry, Milk and Militia is in the 3v2 division. We've seen Valhalla DeathWish, I believe, in the 2v2. I'm checking on that to see. Oh, yeah, I believe they're in the 2v2 division. Let's take a look. I'll find them, don't worry. Again, we've seen, I think we've seen Valhalla before. Yes, we have. We've seen them in the Skyward series before. And I think their matchup against Out of Touch, and I think maybe even Floofy Strikers. And Milk and Militia is also in that same league as well, although Valhalla definitely will not be making playoffs. Milk and Militia in that league is actually playing really well. They're under the name of actually Milk and Militia Mystic. We have to say it with Night Fat Lab Slayer and Drew 2 on that roster. Again, a lot of them. Those 3 players are here, along with Kane and Now I'm Salty against Valhalla DeathWish. Milky Way Scarlet will actually make the playoffs in Skyward series, so already proving that they are a strong team. Probably have the advantage in this series with how well they've been playing. Whereas for Valhalla DeathWish, again, this is the start of a new season of a season where maybe they can perform a little bit better than they did in the Skyward series. As a prediction poll will be up. Here we go. Vote for who you think will win. As usual. Milky Militia Scarlet or Valhalla DeathWish. 2 organizations that have been on the stream before. Again, we've seen that Valhalla DeathWish as a team. Milky Militia, though, we have not seen this roster, though. We have not seen Scarlet, but we have seen one of their 2v2 teams back in the past for Skyward series. We've seen a lot of these orgs you'll see on the stream kind of over and over again. It's great to have teams joining the stream and orgs, you know, that you recognize. As again, everything's here. It's a tough matchup. You gotta pick who you think will win this. Do you think it'll be DeathWish? Do you think it'll be Scarlet? These teams had a chance to play each other in the regular season of Skyward Series, but they never did. As I think it was DeathWish who forfeited that matchup to Milky and Scarlet, and how DeathWish also forfeited their season as well. Along with it, that's why they're not gonna be in the playoffs for Skyward Series. So that's why they're not there. But Milky and Scarlet, on the other hand, have had a pretty good season for Skyward Series. As again, everybody hopefully getting ready and getting into lobby. We are only a few minutes away from match kickoff in this best of 5 series. Again, I've seen Valhalla DeathWish. They're not a bad team, in all honesty. But Malcolm and Scott seem like they might be the better team of the 2. Actually, I think they might be the favorites coming into this. As we'll move in game here and wait for the teams to join. DeathWish will be on the blue. Mr. Scarlet will be on the orange. Again, the final match of the week. Sunday night. As it sounds like we're having... As, again, we're just trying to get confirmation of things and teams and players. We're just waiting on both these teams. As I just got a message actually from Milky Mr. Scarlet's captain in Lit Knight, that in fact, they're going to be playing with Kane this matchup. I'm assuming Kane if she loves Kane. There's Drew too with Money Man. I love these names. With Dylan, Caleb, and Zack Attack on the DeathWish side. They also have a coach as well. Sorry, they have a sub as well with Hayden. For Milky Mr. Scarlet, again, their sub is Kane. No, sorry, not Kane. Is Salty. Now I am Salty is another sub they have, so they need him. Maybe there's a chance that we see them come in. But for right now, everybody's in the lobby. Maybe only a minute earlier for this matchup. So here we go. Oh, thank you for the follow. By the way, Flussinator. We'll try that again soon. Here we go. Again, thank you for the follow. Means so much. Let's get into this series. Valhalla DeathWish on the blue. Milky Mr. Scarlet on the orange. We got another follow coming in. My goodness. Hey, it's Lit Knights coming in with a follow right before he jumps into the matchup. Here we go. So many follows coming in right before the series. Y'all are delaying the start of it. Again, Rocket League action. The last matchup of the week. It's Sunday night. And these teams looking for the best start they can have in the regular season of the Amateur Gaming League. Here we go. Best of 5. Now we're getting off to a start. And for the C1, C2 division, what do these teams have to bring? Valhalla DeathWish, and did not have a lot of success this season in the Skyward series. Are they going to try to get success here in AGL? Their first matchup of business will be against Milky Militia Scarlet. Scarlet here with a strong roster themselves, but they are playing with a sub in Kane. Usually be playing with Fat Dad Slayer, but unable to play today. And again, with a sub here, with a change-up like this, are they ready for it? It's gonna take them a little while, I think, to get used to each other, especially if change was as sudden as it sounded like it was for this roster. Dylan. Gonna get the clear downfield. Valhalla DeathWish still stuck in their own half. Drew 2, saved away by Zack Attack. Kane barreling his way in, but so far, none of the shots from Milky Militia have gone on target, except for this one from Lit Knight. But it's so weak, it might as well have not been on target. Dylan will not have any issue collecting that one. It's Kane. This one's a little more difficult, though. He's going in for the dunk. We'll get the bump on Dylan while Dylan gets that save. Right now, Milky Mr. Scarlet already off to their first order of business, which is suffocating Valhalla DeathWish. They will not let him go out of their half. Lit Knight up wide, but it does get people jumping. Drew 2, back post, and that's cleared away by Dylan. And Dylan actually might have gone a double tap there to get that one away, but Lit Knight will clear it back in. And a miss from Zack Attack means we'll have another onslaught coming from Milky Militia Scarlet. Oh, but what a great control there from Dylan. Kane off the back wall. Roll straight down. No one jumping on top. Who's going to get the ball? Drew 2 in front. Lit Knight was thinking about that one, but ultimately decided to turn away, but now he's got to play defense. Kane. Caleb clears it the other way. Lit Knight bounces off the corner. Zack Attack misses. Lit Knight in front. Dylan with the save here. So many saves from Valhalla DeathWish. They really can't get the ball out of their half. Kane. Long stinger. That's going to go in. It took half the game here for Milky Militia Scarlet. But it was work that was well worth the while. As Kane, right from the sidewall, catches everybody on Valhalla DeathWish with no boost and outside of their nets. And finally, I think is a lot of what a lot of people are saying, Scarlet do get that goal that they were looking for. Oh, DeathWish, good on them for that kind of defense, but if they cannot get the ball to their half, they will be stuck in their own half getting swamped by these shots. There's Drew. Doesn't read this one. Now DeathWish with some time to get up the ball away. But Lit Knight with the half lip. Caleb clears it back. Team bump from DeathWish. Drew 2 upfield. Now he's also bumped Lit Knight. Drew 2 won't go for this. Kane calls it off. Straight off the back wall. And harass Caleb as well into giving the ball away. Dylan. Down the field. Cleared back in. A little bit more boomball-esque here as DeathWish starting to get some footing in this game, but still. It does feel like a lot of this is just Milky Melissa Scarlet posturing for control. And that one from Drew 2, that could have been it. Dylan did not jump for it. It's Kane. He's off the back wall, in front for Drew 2. Caleb will benefit off of Drew 2's whiff. Caleb, oh, that's not the touch he wants. Dylan will have to help him out. Infield pass, Caleb. Drew 2 with the save. Dylan again. No one there. Well, it's a little bit awkward here for Milky Melissa Scarlet. Again, you can just see they're getting control. They're going to try to keep it as long as possible here. They may have only scored once this game, but the offense and the pressure really has said that they could be scoring more. It's Kane. From the midfield. Drop in front! Oh, and that picked up some speed! And it's Kane to double his team's lead inside the final minutes. Caleb got a redirect on that. That's why Dylan could not get to it. An unfortunate situation unfolding for DeathWish. As that ball will go into the back of the net off of a teammate's touch. Milky Melissa Scarlet now with some insurance. Kane looking for a third for his team. And for himself as well. He's only one goal away from his hat trick. As Lit Knight. Dylan not having too many issues with that. Kane incoming. Goes off the back wall. And Lit Knight, you can see, immediately goes to the boost and turns around. Milky Melissa Scarlet, one of the main reasons they're going to suffocate this team on Valhalla DeathWish is by taking those mid boosts, taking those corner boosts. Preventing Valhalla DeathWish from having anything to work with them on offense. As Caleb can't reach that, neither can Drew 2. As now, maybe a pass and field. Kane will back up into it. Dylan goes around the corner. Well, that second touch will go away from everybody. DeathWish still on the ball. They gotta make this chance count. Caleb drops in front for Zack Attack. Couldn't put it on. In comes Dylan, but Drew 2's a little faster. And maybe one more goal for Drew 2. And Kane, oh, he'll redirect it away from the net. Wanting to make sure he will be the only one to score goals in this game is Kane. Milky Melissa Scarlet with a firm grasp in game 1. I think the shots really tell you just how one-sided it was. 11 shots to 2. Milky Melissa Scarlet really just had a lot of offense for them. As time goes on, I assume that we'll see more of Valhalla DeathWish breaking out of that shell, but right now in game 1, a quick start from Milky Melissa Scarlet. As we are ready to move into the next game in this series, Scarlet, with quite the start in this series. They just never let go of the midfield. A lot of that kind of came from Lit Knight. Well, Kane also had a ton of offense. He was really the one to kind of be... he was the one to score the goals for this team, more importantly. But everybody seemed a bit scary on their own as well. Again, a lot of it came from Lit Knight and Drew 2, really putting in strong 50-50s. That's what made them so successful, as... Lit Knight's very happy. Alright, Lit Knight, I see everybody here's still... goodness. Well, DeathWish did well to keep the ball out of the net, but if they cannot push past that midfield often, they're going to find no success. I don't care how good their defense is. If you can't find offense to pair with that, you're a losing series. Unfortunately for them, they only had 2 shots last game. That just isn't enough. You won't see teams winning with 2 shots. As we now move into Forbidden Temple, and Kane thinks he actually has this. He does. Double tap in front for Drew 2. That's off the crossbar. Might have deflected off of a Valhalla DeathWish player along the way. But again, Milky Melissa Scarlet already off to their usual bag of tricks. Pinning Valhalla in their own half. Infield from Drew 2. Zack. Get the flick. Does get it over 1, but it still goes back. And here comes Kane looking for a double tap. And a great stop there from Dylan. Read the play, saw that he was actually going to get to that one. Okay. Oh, a Kane RKO out of nowhere. Goes right after a player. Kane is getting dirty in here. Double taps, bump plays. Kane's trying to get himself involved in more than just the shooting. Trying to become even more deadly. He was already quite scary last game. Again, I decided not to talk about him because it was kind of easy to talk about how strong Kane has been with the shooting, but he's going for bumps too. There's going to be a lot of other things that they have to worry about here for Valhalla. Lit Knight. Bumps into the clear. Caleb still gets a stop on it. Kane once again with a huge play in the midfield. Demo. Drew 2 can clear it up. Maybe Kane will jump on it. It'll be cleared away off the corner. A Valhalla DeathWish player. Good top down from Dylan. Trying to keep the ball close to his teammates here, but still. Challenges coming in from Milky Melissa Scarlet, making life difficult for Valhalla. Caleb recovers back to it. 50-50 this one. Again, Milky Melissa Scarlet with a win on that challenge. So Zack attack. We'll send it down the field anyways. Again, it feels a little more back and forth here. DeathWish finding a little more space, a little more opportunity, but still, it feels like they're susceptible to getting stuck in their own half. And they really have not been able to get shots. And their offense is going to be marked by if they can shoot. Is Dylan. Demoed by Lit Knight. Back attack, still on the ball. Wanted that second touch, but a little bit of, I think it's a little above his pay grade there. Is Kane, dribble. In front for Drew 2. Drew 2, wide, but it's still a follow-up coming from Lit Knight. And at about this point in the game was when Milky Mr. Scarlet scored their first goal. You see, in this game, it's a little more difficult for them as Valhalla DeathWish are fighting back. As Kane, oh, he just dribbles this one through. And just like that, it's Kane on the shooting once again. Oh, one touch is all he needs. He'll just add the other two for great measure. And Valhalla DeathWish, they thought they had the net covered. There were 3 players in front of it. And Kane is not bothered. In fact, he'll score a second one off the kickoff. A quick 2 goals from Kane. And you'll be seeing Milky Mr. Scarlet here up by 2. A quick start, a flash, and 2 goals are in. And they're both from the same player. Kane. I know where he decides to put the shooting to good use. Mr. Scarlet still looking for more. In front for Drew. Kept away, Valhalla DeathWish. Just like that, again, they're now down by 2. That will change how the whole series will look for them. Is Kane. Wins the challenge, keeping the offense. What a 50-50 from Kane. That could just go in. Dylan couldn't read it. Lit Knight's there. In front, maybe Drew will jump in. Milky Melissa Scarlet couldn't take advantage of that situation. Maybe they'll do this one. Caleb gets the big challenge. As Drew 2 gets the touch away. Maybe can 50 this one as well. Milky Melissa Scarlet not making many mistakes, if any. Here's one, Lit Knight, on the end of that. Caleb, trying to shoot this, Lit Knight. Keeps it out, gets the block now. Just Dylan's a beat. Dylan does a good job, though, at keeping the offense for Valhalla. But that's 2 players missing. Kane for the hat trick. Zack attack is there. Now Drew 2. Dylan saves this one behind his back. In comes Kane. That's his 3rd. Kane's on a roll. And he's on a mission to make sure that Milky Melissa Scarlets are not kept down. Another goal for Kane. Valhalla DeathWish just caught staring. They don't know what to do. Kane, maybe a 4th. Caleb clears it out. Left back for Lit Knights. He does just go for the shot here. Caleb will stop. Zack attack. And Caleb wanted the redirect there. Kane noticed it and will keep the ball away. Kane has really gotten better this game as well. It's off the back wall. Kane might actually read these. Drew coming in. Crossbar. Not in yet. Dylan gets enough of it away that won't be seeing a jump in from Milky Militia. As Lit Knight up the sidewall. Caleb. Lit Knight doesn't read this. Kane. Shot straight through the midfield. And that will find its way into the back of the nets. It's Kane again. So far, we've had 6 goals this series. And Kane has scored every single one of them. As that one just rolls its way into the back of the net. I don't know if that was a miscommunication from Valhalla DeathWish or just nobody was able to react in time. But Kane, once again, the one to end the offense. Maybe Lit and I will get his first. Caleb keeps it away off the kickoff. Kane, barreling through, final 10 seconds. Kane, maybe a redirect. Kept out by Zack Attack. Drew 2. Off the crossbar. That will find its way in. And the first goal this series from someone who isn't named Kane. It will come from Drew 2. As the bump from Lit Knight opens up the opportunity, and he'll put it bar down skis. Game 2 now firmly in control of Milky Militia. Scarlet only one away now from winning the series. They are absolutely dismantling Valhalla DeathWish. 5 goals this game. 4 of them from Kane. I want to talk about a player who has the will to make sure his team will win. Kane's got that will. Not only did he score those incredible goals, but he also kept in so many of the midfield plays. Defense was important for him as well. He's going to be everywhere on this field, and he's succeeding in that. You don't generally want a player to be everywhere. Yet, he's somehow able to do it. Again, for a lot of teams, when you're everywhere as a player, it means you can't cover everything perfectly, but Kane seems to be putting himself right in the right positions for any play that unfolds against him. And if this kind of offense keeps up from looking like Scarlet, Valhalla DeathWish are not going to be able to keep up. This game was better for them. 3 shots instead of 2, but still, again, not enough from Valhalla DeathWish. They just are struggling to keep up with Milky Way Scarlet, who are just playing much better. Kane is putting in so much work for this team. He really does seem to be that middle piece for them. The center part that you have to shut down if you're Valhalla DeathWish. But unfortunately, right now, they are unable to do that. As, oh, there's Lit Knight. Jump on in. There he is. We're back in for game 3. In week 1. What a start it would be for Milky Way Scarlet if they just sweep Valhalla DeathWish here. Of course, there's still one more game they have to get to do that. Drew 2 trying to get the clear. Zack Attack. Oh, might have put that one on, and it's an infield pass for Caleb. Valhalla DeathWish not afraid here, although that really did more so come off of bad positioning. Kane's the player that you need to focus on in this team. And in that position, it's unfortunately for him, we'll focus on him, but not for the right reason. Where is he going? He's off into no man's land, spacing out from the play. Kane needs to be covering that net in that position. Who knows what can happen in front of it? Instead, takes his chances by pushing up. And it's just an unnecessary risk here coming out from Milky Militia Scarlet. Although they might be able to make up for it. Lit Knight flicks it up. Coming into it is Zack Attack. Lit Knight. Right away by Dylan. Look at Mr. Scarlet. How will they play now that they're down a goal? And that Valhalla DeathWish is just getting meaner and meaner. Because all of a sudden, Valhalla DeathWish will put that one in and they'll be up in this series. At least for this game. Oh, that looks like they're responding with fire with fire. That's a good shot. Oh, and that's an even better save. Not credited though, but it came so close to going in there for Milky Militia. Dylan. Veered back. Caleb. We'll get to this one. He'll get the pinch. Lit Knight. Dunked by Caleb. But again, it's still Milky Militia who are finding ways to move from the midfield as... Oh my goodness, what a redirect! Now, unfortunately for Zack Attack, he hasn't scored yet this series, and unfortunately that won't count for him. But my goodness, what a redirect. That is impressive from Zack Attack. Right under his own crossbar. If that was on the orange net, I would be incredibly impressed. That would be an incredible goal from him. It's on the wrong team, though. And it will tie up this game in favor of Milky Militia. There's Drew. Back attack. Read it off his own back wall. Lit Knight. Infield pass. In comes Kane. He's been lethal all series long. That shot, though, could have had a little more power on it. As Dylan with the flick. Gonna follow it up. Gets over Lit Knight. Kane. Waiting back. Caleb rolls this one around. Kane. That touch will be too difficult for Zack Attack to jump up to. And in fact, his touch goes straight to Kane. Kane keeping the offense, although I don't know what that flip there was for. Milky Mr. Scarlet relying on Kane in a lot of these situations to get the ball upfield. Also to mitigate the team's defense. Oh, and what a save from Kane. Giving his team in a good position. As Caleb trying to round it up the field. Oh, that redirect's going the wrong direction. Caleb might read this, and Caleb does! And once again, it's Kane who's at fault here. He's really getting himself involved in every play he can. Even the ones that go against him. That was an incredible touch, and Caleb's able to respond to it. And unfortunately for Kane, he's really making work happen in this game, but for the wrong team. That one, bouncing in front. It was almost Kane again. He was on the kickoff in that one. Off the crossbar, in front. Caleb couldn't put the shot on. Oh, DeathWish. It's them. Taking advantage of a Milky Mr. team that's not afraid, that has been making more mistakes than usual now. As another goal goes in from Zack Attack. This one, though, I can say, is not Kane's fault. That's a bad touch from Lit Knight. Thought he had the challenge there. Maybe panicked a bit on defense, expecting someone to shoot it, but he had a lot more time than he definitely thought he did. Game 3. In all the wrong ways for this Milky Militia side. Kane, though. In. Good top win from Drew, too, and that will be another goal for him. And while Milky Mr. Scarlet are their own worst enemies right now in this game, they are still keeping it close. They're not letting it get the best of them so far. They still have to score again. They still have to keep the offense up, and they still have to keep working to get this series. Midnight with the kickoff. Goes straight to Caleb, who might just want to put the shot on. Drew, too, is waiting on the back wall. This one bounces its way outward. Drew doesn't read it, but seems like no one's able to. Lit Knight won't even count as a shot, though. As Kane, across field, was maybe looking for Drew, too, on the end of that, but Drew had already left the play. Said Kane will just follow it up himself. Infield. Gets 2 to commit. Bumped in by Drew, too. Lit Knight bumped into that one. Now it's Kane. Maybe reads this one. Kane doesn't get it. In comes Drew, 2. Off the post. Oh, DeathWish scrambling, trying to get this one away, but it's still Milky Militia. Dylan off his ceiling. Kane reads it. Well, back up. Keeps the offense for Milky Militia. It's Kane off the sidewall. In comes Drew, 2. He's at a good angle. And it's Dylan on the save. Keeps it out. Keeps his team in the lead. Dylan again. That one might go in. Drew, 2 got it. Zack Attack off the sidewall. Milky Militia now having to play some defense. Right into the final 60 seconds of regulation of Game 3. Do we see Milky Militia Scarlet get that one necessary goalie to tie things up? So far, it's been Drew, too. He's been the one to score for them this game. This one cross for Dylan. That's off the crossbar. It's Caleb. Beats out Lit Knight. Awkward bounce. Kane. Oh, what a read there from Kane. Gets it away, but final 30 seconds. And Valhalla DeathWish trying to hold this one. But now, chance for Scarlet. Off the back wall. Dylan reads it. Kane. In through, off the back. In front. Lit Knight! DeathWish could not keep control. And it's Milky Militia Scarlet who'll put that one in. Do we see overtime? Do we see golden goal? Valhalla DeathWish had a lead for so long, but couldn't hold it out at the very end of the game when the final seconds were counting. And now, back the other way, Dylan doesn't read it! When they needed him most, Kane came through! And what a double tap here! Trying to put the dagger for the hearts of Valhalla DeathWish. Zack Attack, maybe one more. Kane saves it away. Milky Militia Scarlet win this series in a sweep. And my goodness, what a shot from Kane. He's been the one to be so strong in that shooting department all series long, and he keeps the strong shooting coming. What a way to end the series from Kane. What a way to do it. They were down for so long, and in the final seconds, they get the goals that matter. And of course, Kane with the winner. He's been lethal. And my, what a way to end this week. Sure was a sweep, but that doesn't say the real stories here in Game 3. That was close. That was tense. And that was exciting. That is what Rocket League's all about, isn't it? You get those exciting games. And sometimes you just gotta watch and be a fan of it. Stick around though, we still got an interview coming up here with the winners of this matchup, Milky Militia Scarlet, who again won the series in a sweep, a perfect start to their season. Is here with me is the one, the only, the captain of this team, Lit Knight. What a way to win the series.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
How are you doing there? Again, it must have been a tense game, free there, going into those final seconds. You were down a goal. You know, the team came through and really put things in, and that double tap, that was just an absolute beauty of a shot to end it.
Yeah, I mean, it was frustrating. Like, we found out about 10 minutes before the series started that Dad was not going to be able to play. So we threw Kane in there. I personally had never played with him. I kind of took a backseat role and watched those two, Drew and Kane, work their magic, and they definitely have some good chemistry. Yeah, that double tap at the end, Kane is very very mechanical, very very good, and I think there was an internal battle on our team because I was really wanting to push it to game 5. You saw me hit that save out, but they decided the team's fate. They decided it was just going to be a clean sweep.
And again, Kane coming again. You said he is the sub. Your roster usually has Fat Dab Slayer as your as that one of your players, but he couldn't make it. Kane came in. I mean, what a performance from Kane. How in the again, you said you kind of sat back, let Kane do his job. I mean, obviously that worked out in the end because Kane absolutely did his job there. He scored the first 6 goals in the series in like 1.5, like almost full 2 games of matches. Again, it was quite the start here just to watch Kane shoot every single time, and it just seemed like he could never miss. I mean, how does it looking again? It was such an interesting start here. Again, Kane really coming out and proving his worth on this roster. How does it mean to kind of have the sub jump in and play so well? Does this team have that chemistry? Does this team have that kind of bond that where you can move people in and it will be perfectly fine?
Yeah, I mean it's amazing. You know, Drew, you know, Milky Militia, you know, we're an org where we have many entries in many different, you know, I guess different, you know, tournaments that go on, and Drew kind of stepped up and subbed in for one of our other teams. So when we were building a roster for this one, I was really wanting to fill out the bench, and he's like, you know, I got someone, you know, his name is Kane, and I'm like, okay. Thinking to myself, you know, he may be riding the bench, you know, a little bit, but after seeing that performance, you know, knowing that Drew is really versatile, he can play offensively and defensively, and seeing Kane really just go on the attack. You know, it's a shame that we don't have Fat Dab right now. He's on a 30-day vacation, and but once he's back, it's going to be a real consideration about benching myself and seeing Kane, Fat Dab Slayer, and Drew in that game because we would have really really good offensive capabilities.
Yeah, of course. Again, and what a way to start your season. I mean, I know you guys are also. I know a lot of the players are also in the Skyward series. How does it feel, kind of having a good success in the Skyward series, but also coming into AGL and immediately proving that you are strong against, ironically, another Skyward series team? How again, you know, coming into 2 leagues, is there anything different about these leagues, or is it just kind of the same thing? Does it all feel like the same to you?
It's kind of keeping that mentality, honestly, of not even seeing it as a league. Kind of like that mentality and that barrier that players have to hit, where you gauge, you know, the difference between um, you know, casual and calm. You know, we're really viewing every game that we play as a casual game. We're not putting a lot of pressure onto it, and we're just getting in there and having fun. You know, as far as it goes with the other team, I personally know Zach. We play in a Discord league called Olympus, and Zach has really heavily improved. He's good guidance for the team that he's on. Um, he's it was a really good team that we went up against. We had some favorable bounces and shots, and we also had some that we forced in there. So it was really good. A good match, and so far, good team building overall. I'm enjoying all series.
Of course, again, and going into future weeks, again, as you said, you might want to see more of Kane. I'm sure we're going to see more of Kane. Is there anything you kind of look forward to in this AGL season? Is there anything that you look forward to in the future that maybe people should focus on about this team? Are there any like events coming up, any matches that you think people should watch out for?
Excuse me. Um, yeah, I mean, realistically, we're going to be looking for overall improvement. The first 4 weeks, we're going to be looking at shifting around, the roster until we get a dead set roster. And again, once Dab is through his vacation, we're going to be looking at, you know, building out that roster as something more permanent with, permanent people there for backup. I'm also going to be doing some training with the guys, crosshair training, that is. So we're going to be doing, where we do like a screen overlay of a crosshair in it. So we're making sure we're hitting the middle of the ball. I think that'll help out significantly.
And I love to. Yeah, the team's going to continue proving, continue working. Again, thank you so much. Congratulations on your win. Do you have any final shoutouts, any final statements for the stream?
Yeah, shout out Milky Militia. Shout out, I guess, Fat Dab Slayer. Like I said, it sucks that he's unable to be here. And really shout out to you, bro. You did a really good job
Oh, thank
commenting,
you.
the game and really getting hype going. I wish you success.
Hey man, I've been doing this commentary for like a year and a half now. I've seen a lot of things happen. That was a good series. I'll be honest, that was a good series. I think a sweep doesn't really say exactly what it was like there in that third game. Again, you guys played well. A sweep, the best way you could have started your season. Again, congratulations, Lit Knight. Hopefully, we'll be able to see more of you on this stream. If not, of course, good luck in your upcoming matches for both Skyward Series and for Amateur Gaming League.
Hey, thank you. You have a good one, and keep up the good work.
Again, have a great night. That will be it. Getting to talk with Lit Knight, the captain. And that will be it for the stream. Again, thank you all so much for joining. It's been a real pleasure being here with all of you. That was a great way to end the week. Thank you all so much for joining, being so supportive. Have an amazing rest of your nights. I'll see you guys later.